Hello, and welcome back to British News Live, England's primary source for on-the-spot, up-to-date info. Today, a special on the status of our colonies down south in India and overseas in the New World. Now, even after the repeal of the stamp tax, our overseas citizens have been a bit rowdy. More on this from one of our BNL reporters over in the colonies. Right now, I'm standing at the intersection of Devonshire and State Streets here in Boston. As you can see, it's absolute chaos over here. A few minutes ago, colonists began throwing ice-packed snowballs and heckling our peaceful soldiers. Now, we have no choice but to intervene. The colonists have begun physically attacking our soldiers. Soon, things may begin to... Whoa! A shot has been fired! The colonists and soldiers are falling right and left. To every and all citizen of Boston, do not leave your home. I repeat, stay home. It is too dangerous. Do not go outside. Wow, things are definitely heating up over there. Hopefully, the rioters will soon come to their senses so we can negotiate peacefully. Meanwhile, it seems like the Indians have been taking lessons from the Americans. Similar to the sudden outburst a few weeks ago against the Stamp Act, the Indians have begun complaining about the salt tax. Gandhi, their main rebel leader, recently led a marching protest against the tax. Here's one of our experts to tell us a little more. Here, you can see some footage from the events a few days ago that have made headlines all over Britain. Recently, Mohandas Mahatma Gandhi led a marching protest from Ahmedabad to the beaches of Bombay in opposition of the salt tax. As they arrived in each village, they were greeted by dancing and music, and more would join the march. By the end, there were tens of thousands of Indians marching. When they reached the beach, Gandhi and his followers began collecting salt-encrusted mud and boiling it to make illegal salt. Civil disobedience has broken out all over India. Many people have begun protesting peacefully the salt tax. Wow, what a contrast from the bloody massacre happening in Boston right now. Speaking of Boston, it seems that they have another so-called noble riot up their sleeves, this time targeting our trade supplies. Recently, a rebellious group of violent colonists disguised as Native Americans snuck aboard 3 trade ships of the East India Trade Company. After gaining control of the ships, they began dumping the tea cargo into the Boston harbor. Not only is this destruction of others' property, this also inspired rebellion and violence all throughout the colonies. Let us hope this mayhem stops soon. Breaking news from headquarters. Rebel leader Mohandas Gandhi has been released from prison. After the Salt March, Gandhi and 60,000 others were captured and imprisoned by British authorities. Throughout the day in prison, Gandhi wove cloth, an obvious demonstration against the tariff on foreign cloth in India. Gandhi has now been released and is currently negotiating at a London conference as a representative of the Indian National Congress. British authorities have recognized that Gandhi's campaign is not something they can ignore. It seems that change is in the air. And now, our special guest, leading Indian rebel Raj Gupta. Hello and welcome to the show. Now, you call yourself a freedom fighter. What does this mean? Is there something bad about being part of Britain?
Well, Supriya, unlike your New World colonists, we didn't choose to be British. Over the past few centuries, we've had no say in our governing. Some far-off ruler decides what's best for us until some other country comes and takes us over. It's an endless cycle that just keeps repeating itself and that we're ready to break.
What's up with your protest? I mean, for the Salt March, you just kind of walked around and boiled mud. Why not fight like the U.S. is doing? Do you really think you're making a difference?
I do. Gandhi's philosophy of non-violent protest is one that should be adopted worldwide. It's not our intent to kill and destroy. We simply want change.
Why not just talk to us?
We've tried. Gandhi has spoken with and written many letters to British officials, but they go ignored. He's even informed them when he plans on demonstrating, so if they want, they can come in and correct the problem ahead of time. At one recent protest, though, several hundred policemen viciously beat non-violent protesters.
Well, good luck to you. Thank you for coming to the show. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, folks. Tune in tomorrow night for news on the upcoming Parliament vote about whether or not Dutch should be allowed in museums. This is British News Live, reporting straight to you. Thank you and have a wonderful night.